Hello everyone and welcome to another JST video. Today we're going to be looking at how to create a simple game in Scratch, one that I'm sure most of you have heard before. It's basically a cat and mouse catch game. So let's go ahead and open up our browser, go to our website, and hopefully by now you all have an account. If you don't, make sure you check out that video on how to get started on that. You see I'm logged in right here. If you haven't already, check that video out so you can get your own account so you can share and upload and make all your stuff public. But if you don't and you just want to get to the game, let's just go to create. As we wait for our editor to open up. So in this case, it's a cat versus mouse game. So what we'll need is two different sprites. We can choose them right from the library. If we go to animals, here's our cat. And then we'll click on another sprite, go to animals, and then come down and find our mouse. So with this scratchy character right here, we won't need it, so you can either right click and hit delete or hit the blue button and you'll find the same option. So when taking a look at this game, there's obviously many different variations you can make, and like we talk about in almost all our videos, that's the best part about Scratch is everything is completely up to you. You can change whatever you like and make it look as great, as colorful, as small, whatever you like. In this case, I'm going to leave the two sprites the same size that they are right now, but you can make them bigger or make them smaller by using these two function tools at the top. One is the grow function, so if you wanted to make your cat bigger, and here's the shrink button function, which of course would make the object smaller. In this case, I would like them to be a little bit bigger, just or the same size, just so we can kind of see what they were before we did any changes to them. But if you'd like to make yours bigger or smaller, you guys do whatever you like. So, like we talk about, the blue eye tells you whether or not that particular sprite is selected. So the first thing that we want to select is the mouse in this case. And the only reason I say that is because you want to see what happens with your mouse um, just in general, like what does your mouse do that makes the cat chase it, I guess you could say. So the first thing we want to do is go into events and get our green flag. Of course, this is what 90% of the programs or games start with, so that's not something that is new to us. The next thing that you want to do is you want to make it so that you give yourself a little bit of time in this game, because as you'll see, as soon as we hit that green flag, both the mouse and the cat will start moving around the screen. So we want to almost set them up a little bit apart from each other, just to give us a little bit of time before the game starts and it gets a little crazy. Mind you, if you want to make an advanced game, the closer that the two characters are from each other, obviously will make it a little bit more difficult. But we're just going for a nice, like, easy beginner stage of like a game. So what we would need is in the motion tab, we would select this go to tab. And if you want your mouse to start in this bottom area, as you can see where this X and this Y values are, the numbers change depending on where the mouse goes. So in this case, I'm going to pick something like 177 and negative 100. So when I click this green flag, my mouse sprite character goes right to that area right there, which is 177 and negative 100. The next thing we'll need is a forever loop that's found in the control tab. Now what this forever loop does is it basically continuously does what's inside of this loop forever. That's pretty easy to understand. So hopefully you guys catch on to that quick. The next thing that we'll need is back in our motion tab. We'll get the point towards mouse pointer. Now what this means is it's going to point this character who's selected, because we know this blue white eye button is selected on it. it'll make this character turn and face wherever the mouse goes. So if we were to look here, as you can see, wherever my mouse goes is where the front of the sprite character faces. We can go ahead and press stop. So far what we've done is we've started our program by clicking the green flag. We've made the character go to a certain area. We've got our forever loop, and inside the forever loop it says point towards the mouse. So we're off to a great start. Everything's looking good. Let's continue. The next thing that we'll need is we want this character to actually move around the screen now. So we add this move however many steps tab. And or block, what I do is I usually set this to about 7. The bigger the number, the quicker the character will move. So you want to make it so that it's, like not too small, but small enough so that it's a little bit of a challenge, but nothing too crazy. The next thing that we'll do is we'll go into the control and grab an if then statement, and inside of this statement we're going to basically say, what'll happen based on what. Is it if the mouse touches the mouse of your keyboard or your actual physical mouse, or if the mouse gets touched by the cat? So these are two options that we'll see and we'll include inside of our program. So for the first one, the if and then what goes inside this hexagon, then what we'll do is we'll go into sensing and we'll grab this very top one which says touching mouse pointer. Now although it says touching mouse pointer, there is an arrow you can click, and we're going to go ahead and select the cat 2. We'll put that inside of our if statement, and then so this is basically saying if it's touching the cat, what would you like to happen? Well, I mean, if it's touching the cat, probably means the cat, found its food, so bye-bye to our mouse. So let's go into looks and we'll say something like, oh no, I got caught. Our poor little mouse. And you can say that for 2 seconds, that's totally fine. So that takes care of what happens when the cat touches the mouse or the mouse touches the cat. Now we want to add something else in, just in case the user, which is somebody playing your game or you yourself, if the mouse touches the actual physical mouse. In this case, we'll go back to sensing, we'll go to mouse pointer, and we'll leave that as mouse pointer, and then we can go ahead and add a look that says, you need to hurry. So this tells whoever's playing your game that they need to hurry up, because otherwise the cat's going to come get you. You can then add in the control a stop all right underneath the say you need to hurry. Now that takes care of everything that you need. That takes care of everything that you need for the mouse. Now what we have to do is we have to program the cat. So we go into the cat, and the first thing that we want to do, of course, is make the cat start in an area that's further away from the mouse. So we grab our green flag, we go to our motion, and we select the go to, and then let's pick something around here so it's a negative x and a positive y. So we'll just say negative 199. And we'll go with 115. So when we hit that, we saw that the character went up here. So what do we want to do? Maybe we want to move that over a little bit. So we'll stop that, and we won't make it as far. So we'll make it about a 183. Let's see what happens there. It's still a little bit too small, so what can we do? Let's make that much more over. Let's try 173. Still a little bit too far. So let's drop it down to 143. A little bit more just for fun. Okay, that looks a lot better. So now that we have our cat sprite character in a certain spot, we want to go ahead and grab another forever loop. We'll grab that, twist it over, and then in this case, the cat is chasing the mouse. So when you think about that, where do you want it to point? Well, we go into our motion, we find our point towards, we put it in the forever loop, and on this menu right here, it says towards the mouse, which works out perfectly. What it's saying is when this program starts, the cat will start looking at the mouse. So if we run this program, as you can see, the cat is looking at the mouse. Wherever the mouse is going, the cat is looking for it. And the cat is not moving. Okay, because if we look at our program, we have not told the cat to start moving. So what do you think's next? Well, let's grab that move. Now we want the cat in this case to move relatively slow, just for that beginner level stage. The more steps you put, obviously the faster it'll be. So we'll put about move 3 steps. As we hit the green flag, as we can see, the cat is going relatively slow. It caught it just now. Now, if you saw that just now, the cat kind of still moves, so we have to tell it what to do if, for some reason, it catches our mouse. So we grab our if statement, put it underneath our move, and then inside this hexagon, let's go to sensing, and then go to the touching function. In this case, it's not about touching our mouse, it's about touching the mouse character. So we have our mouse character, and then we want it to say something. So let's say something like, how about got you? After that's done, we know that once the cat, grabs onto the mouse, that it is completely done. So we can add this stop function right underneath here, and then we click our green flag and see what happens. So as you can see, the mouse is, ooh. So in that case, I'll show you what happens. So when we run this program, if the mouse touches my mouse, it says you need to hurry. Now, when it says that you need to hurry, what it's saying is it's giving you a chance, but we need to make sure that you don't touch your own mouse so that the cat doesn't get closer. So we run it again, it just grabbed onto it, and then the cat was able to come find our mouse and catch him. Now, that's a basic way of running this type of game. Again, everything comes down to what you guys want to do. You can change the background, you can play a sound when it's caught, you can make the mouse go quicker, you can make the cat go slower, go quicker. Everything depends on what you want to do. It doesn't have to be a mouse and cat game. It could be a fish and a person, a soccer ball and a basketball. Everything is relative to whatever you guys choose. If you guys have any questions, you guys can definitely let me know, what your thoughts are and whatnot. Um, and we'll run it one more time just to see how it works. It works. It says you need to hurry, and then the cat comes. Now, what we can do to change this so that the mouse gets another life is when we put that stop in right here, it was to say that once it touches our own mouse, our physical mouse, that it would stop the program. If we were to take that out and run it again, and it touches, you need to hurry, it gives the mouse another chance. So that's kind of neat. It comes right here, you need to hurry, but then it was too late. If we do it from the beginning, you need to hurry, and as you'll see, it gives the mouse another chance until it finally gets caught. So that's kind of something cool. If it was me, I would probably leave that stop function out of it just to give the player another chance because everyone loves those extra lives. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Like I said, there's many variations and many different things you guys can do. So don't just settle on one thing. Explore all your options and use your imagination. Thanks so much for your time, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time on JST. Bye.